Hello, this is a 7Q plus clash where black killed the center dragon to win this game by 16 points and a half. It felt that black could do better and win by a larger amount, but 16 and a half is quite comfortable, especially that white had called me 6 and a half, so there were 23 points on the board. So let's check it out. Normal opening, Komokus everywhere, and high approach. I also like to play this high approach more than the low approach recently. It's just a matter of being trendy to go on the third line and mimic the AI. Nothing wrong with a high one. And the block on the left side is natural to play the simple Joseki. Now in this case where black has R16, it's also fine to go for the avalanche Joseki, but of course this can become more complicated. One of the basic pattern is to play Atari and then hanging connection. Now white will either approach the corner, white is center, or split the top side, and in this case black can attack from either side. So that's a completely different game. Also there are other Josekis, for example the small avalanche. White will play honey in the head of 2 stones, then black Atari, extend also, turn, and here black has to pay attention because there's a ladder coming up. So if black cuts right away, white will just ladder and capture the stones in the top. So black has to play the hanging connection to prevent the ladder, then white will go Atari, black cuts, white captures a stone, then double Atari, take this guy, and black captures the stones on the left side. So it's a trade. Black takes the corner and develops on the left side, white takes part of the corner and develops to the top. So originally white was supposed to build a corner and black go to the top, but in this case it's a switch. So this would be the small avalanche Joseki or Nadare Joseki. But anyway, to keep it simple, it's okay to block with honey like this, pull back, hanging connection or connect solid. The solid connection is fine too, and then extend 3 space. So the idea is that when black connects solid D14, the extension is 3 spaces across to C10 or D10, and when black plays the hanging connection, the extension should be 1 line further to C9. So that's the whole point of playing D13, to extend further, because when D14 is just the extension 1 line to C10. I mean, it's still a 3 space extension. Well, in this case it's low, but the distance is important here in this Joseki. So when playing C10, black feels a little bit over concentrated. Alright, so C10 feels just a bit too conservative. Now white approaches on the left side, but black doesn't care so much about the C12 invasion. Usually when C9, white approaches C7, then of course white wants to invade at C12, so black jumps again to reinforce that group. But if black plays away and white goes inside at C12, black can still fight and keep white separated, then connect his stones up or down. So when white goes up, black defends under. When white goes down, black defends up. So back to the original game. Now black invades right away. If you look all over the board, C6 is not the most urgent move right now. P17 would be nice, or O17. Also an approach on the outside at F3 and then extend back to J4. So this kind of invasion seems a little bit desperate. It's not a bad move, but it's not the most urgent place to go right away. Now white can play F3 or attach D6, and in this case black will probably wedge, then white will just allow black leaving the corner like this and either extend from the wall or make a hanging connection. In this case it's good to extend from the wall, and well, black scoop out the corner territory, but white got the outside potential. So when white plays this move, black can just jump Sun, and then white separates to keep the left side, but the formation becomes over concentrated. And if white blocks this way, white has a cutting point which he needs to connect, and in this case black will take away the extension. So this would be good for black. It's a nice idea to play the attach also. Sansan would be easier. I mean, either Joseki white chooses, black will handle the position much easier and without any trouble. Now, with this attach, white should Hane, that's good. And then black can crosscut. Now the situation is a bit different. Usually on this crosscut, white will just extend, black plays an Atari, then hanging connection, threatening to catch the two stones. White has to turn, then capture the stone, and black should go out to keep the eye shape. And in this case, black is already alive, and the cut works. There is nothing to worry about on the left side. So black should consider the crosscut. Now playing this move, of course, white will Atari. White can play a solid connection, but then black will jump and separate the two stones on the left from the bottom group. And now the Atari, it's a little bit late. So white will Atari, and then black played with Fighting Spirit. That's a good idea. If black connects the shape, it's heavy, and even though white will go out here and then there are cutting points, this might be good for white because white takes the territory in the corner and black is still on the run, and then white can also go out with his group on the left side. So black doesn't profit so much, and this shape is usually heavy and something to avoid. So counter attack with Atari, very good. Shows Fighting Spirit, Atari again, and then connect. Now this is some sort of trade. White can capture that stone to build more territory, and then black is supposed to extend from his formation on the bottom. But the problem here is that white gets too much territory in the corner compared to black's potential on the outside. So that's why it wasn't such a good idea to block here, but should try the crosscut. Usually that kind of shape where you turn around with Atari, it happens one line lower when the stones are on the third line. Being on the fourth line, it seems like black eventually starts floating, but white became too conservative here. So black finally went to the Shimari, or the large open spaces. It's actually still big to extend to the middle of the side, because even if white captures one stone, black's shape looks good on the bottom. So the extension should be K4 in this case. It's nice distance from the little wall in the lower left. So Shimari, wow, this is usually played as a Kotret. Right away, it looks a bit strange. For white, it's much easier to play an invasion in the middle of the side. So when black plays an extension from the left to help his stones, which are a little bit floating, white extends for a base to the right, and black somewhat became over-concentrated. If black attacks from the right, where he already got the Shimari and it's a strong formation, when white extends on the left, now the group on the left side, it starts running into the center, so it's a little bit uncomfortable for black. I mean, black will not profit, just run to save his life. This attach seems awkward, maybe a misclick, and then white tried to get something out of it, but actually he played it again in the top right corner, which was strange. Very good to descend. Now white shape, it's still heavy. Of course the turn can force white into the B2 bomber shape, but from this 04, white is supposed to extend K3. So now it's much more severe for black to play a move like L4, for example. Then the group has to jump out, or push like this, then Hane in the head of the stones, then when Hane, just extend and there's a cutting point. So it's really difficult for white to fix a good shape. White is still on the run. And as long as white is running, black will profit on both sides. He will get some nice position on the bottom, but also all the territory on the right side. So it's pretty nice for black to remove the extension. Playing this move, it's a little bit of wishful thinking. If white simply blocks, which he did, black will peep and it feels nice. So white is supposed to play the Kosumi instead. And now when black extends again to remove the eye shape, white extends also. So this way white is much faster in going for the base. But white played the block, so now black is happy to peep. But the second peep is actually small here, because white shouldn't care about one stone. White can just extend. If black captures one stone, so be it. He has it, and then extend again. It's just one stone and a few points of surrounding territory. So connecting here is just too ugly. Black managed to get white into the B2 bomber shape, which is another shape to avoid in general. And the proper way for black to keep attacking here is to play a KMA like this. So just stop or prevent white the extension on the bottom side. Therefore, white has to go out. If white plays a move like p5, this is still slow, because black will just KMA, then white is on the run, black can jump, white jumps again, black jumps, and when white goes out here in the middle, those are just neutral points. Black again will profit on the bottom and the right side. So this is the way of thinking. But it seems like the opponent cooperates, so, and now black extends. It's still better to extend L4 because it puts more pressure on the group. If white comes inside in the middle, then black can play another move to surround the B2 bomber. And even if white will push out like this, in the end it's just one eye and everything dies. So nothing to worry about. The ladders are broken and there is not enough space to make two eyes. Actually, better for black to play this kind of shape. One eye only, so is that. Well, this is a nice extension from e4, but being so far away from o4, it doesn't affect or impact white's group much. But white played the crawl, that's a bit strange. White should play at least a clamp or turn or jump, something to come on top and manage to leave. If black decides to respond like this, it's much easier for white to come out. So crawling on the second line is super painful, and black got a pretty good result here. It's okay to block once. The cuts are not a problem. So if white cuts in the corner, black will capture like this, and if white cuts on the side, Atari and descent. And even if white plays the squeeze, nothing happens, his stones die on the side. So his only benefit here is that he can use the double Atari, but then he's still on the run with the original group, and he lost lots of points on the right side. So overall, playing the Nobi, it's a very safe move, but playing q6 will put more pressure on black. On white's weak group. Back to the original game. So white is going out. Then black got the Shimari. Oops. It's a fine idea to go for a big point when there is no clear way to attack the weak white group here. So just grab some bigger points. So it seems this attach is not a misclick because white is trying it again. He shouldn't. It's still okay to go down. If this happens and white plays again q14, then it's very good to attack from the right side at q11 because this will attack both the three heavy stones in the top right and indirectly the p6 group. Well, Atari it's an option too, and then descent. But on the Atari, white can think about Atari under, then extend. When black blocks the corner, white extends for a base. So it feels like black invested many moves to capture one, and it looks a little bit over concentrated. So white defends, then blocks again. White should extend now. It's important to try to get a base, and if black turns, extend again. Just speed up the development on the right side. Going down here is terrible because black can just take away the extension, either R12 or Q12. So black extended R10, and this leaves white the option to extend R12. That's why black should extend further. And now white is simply on the run. Maybe push. And this is a good split because again, this creates a splitting attack. White is weak in the top and also on the bottom. So something will collapse or black simply builds while attacking. Now I got the base. That's a little bit slack. Too kind. Should jump out. Because if white invades on the right side, black will just go between the stone, between white's groups. White is also kind of conservative. Now black extends in the top, but in the top it's better to extend to L17 to make some more points, or go all the way to H17. Playing on the fourth line, later in the game, white can slide, go up, and then black doesn't build so much. And the idea is that, okay, black may build this box, but so is white in the other part of the top side. So if white just extends here, black can go k18 and then build more. This move is very conservative, should actually peep locally and then jump out. It's really not a problem if white comes inside here, because black has the Kosumi. So this will prevent the connection at b14, and it's also difficult for white to connect to the other stones. On this move, black can just pull back and then cut. And now when white bumps, black can on its center, but it's not really necessary. All these moves are center for I shape, and then jump again. So white doesn't gain much there. This may be Gote. Yeah, the slide in the top was big, so better play k18 to prevent the slide and then continue pushing in the top. If white just answer once, then it's a good exchange already, so black can continue the attack on the lower side. In fact, here it's good to block, so white doesn't have an eye around the first line and has to jump out again, and it's still on the run. Descent, slide, block. Oh, this jump was too much. It's better to push, turn, and leave it like this. Probably jump in the center. In fact, white should push again to fix his bottom group, and even one more time. So now there's an eye on the bottom, an eye in the middle. White doesn't have to worry about this, and a Tesuji to remove black space on the bottom side, and then jump in the middle to reduce the central potential. This kind of jump, it's a bit too much and it can end up Gote. Now here, this is all fine, because now the block prepares clamp at k18 and Atari and so on. So white added another move, but the cover, it's not necessary, because this is threatening to capture two stones and it's too early at this stage. So let's say black plays the block here at L2 and white pushes O17. When white does this, black will connect with the block, and now white is losing his liberty, so white needs to play again to defend. Therefore, for white it's not interesting to push and remove his own liberties. But if black invests a move here and then white plays away, then black will go for two stones and white plays away again. It's really small gain to capture two stones like this after playing how many moves? Two moves in Gote. So it's a bit too early for that. Therefore, white played away, good decision, and now black captures the two stones. The corner, it's already alive, so no need to play anything fancy there. And in this case, it's not necessary to play the throw-in, it works to play Atari right away. If white connects, black captures 4 stones. And if white plays here, black takes the 2. Well, it's the same thing with the throw-in. It's just that, anyway, it's Gote. And it's Gote for 6 points, so it's really small at this stage. Imagine black turns here, white connects the 3 stones, then black attacks like this. Black can make more than 6 points chasing this group and jump in the middle. So this is a lot of territory compared to killing the 3 stones in the top. So the timing is off here. Now this one, it's also a bit too early, and white got Gote for nothing. That's a big move, descent. And then the proper way, yeah, the block is good too. The proper shape is to play the hanging connection, but the block is better, because like this, white has no eyes. When white cuts like this, it's okay to sacrifice, because now black is center, and it's more severe to attack the group which is completely eyeless. Imagine this, and white is completely dead all over. And if white comes out, black still has an attack going on. And also the group on the right side is in trouble. This is a severe move, threatening to cut or to remove the base. So again, white is in trouble. So here, black resisted, but a lot of crawling, and white goes out. Now the craneness doesn't work right away because the liberty it's not filled at j3, but if j3, then white will double up like this or like this, and again it doesn't work, and then net the stones on the left side. But in a few moves, black had an option to capture back those stones. So Hane, and here white was greedy. White has to play f5, and when black pushes, white just Atari, Atari from behind take, and connect. So this is the safe way for white. Now Atari, okay, Atari again. And here, black has a co-fight. So when black plays Atari like this, white can go Atari from behind, black captures, and then either kills everything or loses some stones which are going to be lost anyway. So white will probably play some co-threat here, but black will just remove everything. Connect solid or capture. It's better to connect because j3 becomes a point and g7 is not going to be Atari later on. But okay, it's good to eliminate the ko. And if white is just going to capture a stone like this, black has two liberties and it wants to play Atari from the outside. This creates a Dametsumari, so when white connects, black captures everything. When white connects here, black takes those stones to keep everything connected. So black missed a nice opportunity here not to leave this lower left corner so big. So instead of going out, Atari, and then Atari from behind. It's similar to the crane nest formation, but it took one more step to do it. So here black can turn one time, but actually it's not necessary. Just net the stone. No need to play too fancy. Or okay, one space jump is possible too, because the Nobi, the double up, looks a little bit heavy. So that's what happened. Oh, white played another move. White doesn't need that because there are two liberties here and white got like 3. So white should go out from the other group. If black plays something to escape here, white will just push and that's it. There is no way to play Atari from the inside because it's self-Atari at the end. So white took, that lost the point. Now the way to attack this group is to push him into the wall. So it's better to come from this direction. And then push again. Then a jump. If white connects to the other stone in the wall, he still doesn't have 2 eyes. But black can lose eyes here too. Okay, black has to pay attention and keep those eyes safe, so better play something like this. But anyway, it's good for black to push the group into the wall with this kind of Keima. Because if white just plays away and black adds another move, in the end, white only has 1 eye and the group is surrounded and completely dead. Playing like this, it's an invitation for white to escape into the center, and white got eye shape like this. Actually, white could do it even better with a Keima. Anyway, very tight defense. I guess white feels very good about his corner here, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20 some points. Then the top it's about another 20 points. Well, black has the monkey jump. But yeah, roughly 20, so that's 40. And this is, if you're alive, it's about 10. And 2 more points plus Komi. So 20, 20, 20, about 60 points. Actually, white isn't bad, but depends what happens in the middle. And in the middle, white collapsed. So block, turn. This move, yeah, keeps the group separated. So push. I mean, the bottom from the right side. But if black doesn't do anything to the right group, I mean, if here white plays a jump, then O10 turns into a neutral point. So here black goes for a nice center. That's a good idea. Now should cut. Cut where you can cut. If Atari go out, white connects, play some 4C moves in the top, and then turn, and it's a lot of territory in the center. This is some sort of preparation, but white can play an attach to threaten the left side and then move inside the center. So when cut, this will be a little bit too late, because now black is also in danger in the middle, so black needs another move. Then white can just go out very elegant, and in the end black doesn't build so much. So here actually white could win the game, but somehow he managed to die inside, Yeah, white cut finally, black cut everything. That's a very good decision. It's okay to tighten the liberties like that, but it's nice to play solid and don't leave other outside forcing moves. This is good too. Cover, nice. That stone can die, it's just one eye. I mean, if black plays here and white captures this, then black plays a move like that to make sure there's no way to build another eye. Even if this happens, it's only one eye. The cut is not a problem. Atari, or actually bamboo connection. Then when connect here, connect like this. If peep like this, that also doesn't do much. Black can play with fighting spirit and threaten the top. So yeah, the dragon dies in the center, and this actually wins the game for black. Very good, nice move. Here white can try the Kosumi, threatening the snapback, but it still doesn't work because black can connect in the top like this. So first things first, black should Atari, Atari again, and then just connect to the top. And now when white tries something in the center, it's not going to work. So white still dies big. But like that, there is really no chance to do anything. Actually here, black can capture, leave those two stones. So if black jumps and white takes two stones, that's only one eye. And now black can play away. So which means the group dies in Gote that way. Okay, connect to the top, very good. Bamboo, shape, and one eye only. Kill everything, nice. Now here in this semi, it's good to play a move like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no way out for white anyway. Only 2 liberties left. So Hane connect. This can lead to a co-fight, so better Nobi, and then Atari and connect. Yeah, too bad. Just Nobi, cover, because in the center there are only 3 liberties, so even if black loses the liberties and he doesn't want to fight the semi with the left group, push, then Atari, and it's done. I mean, anytime black can capture this group. So this looks like a childish mistake to block on the first line and allow the ko. Oh no, that's a minus. So here it's better to connect solid if you don't want to fight the ko, but it's okay to fight the ko. Capture the stone, he takes back, because black can still capture the center faster. And now there are ko threats on the right side. For example, Kosumi here, threatening to kill, take back the ko. This is also not necessary. If he takes back, you connect. Yeah, so for example, let's say Kosumi on the right, white takes back, black connects. Black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties. So, and on the other group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So white connects here, then black can play Atari from the outside, and there is nothing to do. I mean, white can play here, black can kill the right, and Atari capture these guys. This was extremely conservative, a little bit of a Tuno style. Also, this move is not necessary because in the center, white is very short. So let's say black connects, white cuts, black plays 1 Atari, white extends, and black plays in the top. White still doesn't have enough liberties to fight the semi. He's just doomed. So now white got to damage a few more moves. Here black can play b17 because already black has a14, so it's like a reverse monkey jump and will damage more points. Kosumi pull back, and that's it, but it's Gote. Oh, now it's a good idea to start the ko. Nothing to lose in this ko fight, and this is a nice threat, then capture back. Now if white plays here, white takes Atari, 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 answer everything. It's a big damage. Okay, proper defense. Fine too. That's too small. Half point ko. What else? Maybe descent here. But it doesn't matter. it still feels comfortable for black after winning, after killing those stones in the center. But it's not good to feel the half point ko in the early stage of the game. Now here, black can block. If white plays Atari from the outside to go for the kill with ko, black can counter Atari, and when white captures Atari again, white connects, black takes, and it's fine. So what will happen? Atari, white connects, and then protect the corner. This just leaves some more reducing for white like this, and then black has to play in the here black can throw in, so that's greedy. Atari connect, ah yeah, fine, and then I shape, but actually the throw in works, and then when take Atari from the outside, if white connects, take everything. So on the throw in, white needs to connect, black captures, and therefore white got punished. That's why white should just push and then push again. This is the right order. Oh, wait. 1, 1, 2, 3. Aha. Black can push. If white plays here, black will Atari or throw in or cut. Yeah, everything works. So if Atari, white connects, then cut. And when white plays here, take. Throw in makes it even faster. Atari, Atari, and Atari. So it's better to push, because white has to play here and then black will cut like this. And when this happens, there is no way to play Atari from the inside. Lots of tactical misses this game. And that's just because black felt good about the position, killing the center dragon. Phew, good to connect there. There's a Dame Tsumari, and that was it. So somehow white wasn't supposed to build that much. Lower left corner, he was lucky. He got to connect the right side, but once he got captured in the center, it was over. So it's good black managed to resist till the end. Well done and enjoy the review.